Donald Trump had another rally today, this time taking place in Pennsylvania, a state that's very important to both candidates. And once again, as expected, as we've talked about before, it was a disaster. I mean, this rally was terrible. And I think it's becoming increasingly clear that not only does Donald Trump not have anything on Vice President Kamala Harris, nothing valid to criticize her for, but his spiral is continuing. Every single campaign event that he's having these days, every single rally continues to be worse than the last one. Like, the bar is really low for Donald Trump, yet somehow he continues to push that bar a little bit lower. So I have some clips from this rally to show you. They're all very strange, as per usual. But the first clip I want to show you is Donald Trump attacking Kamala Harris's laugh. This is something that he's done before, and I guess it's a favorite line of his now. I don't know. Take a look.
This woman is nuts. Look, people say, be nice. Have you heard her laugh? That is the laugh of a crazy person. That is the laugh of a crazy. It's the laugh of a lunatic. Have you heard it? You know, they prohibited her. They prohibited her for laughing. I've been waiting for her to laugh because as soon as she laughs, the election's over. But we're winning by a lot in Pennsylvania. I think the fracking got her. The fracking got her. But she has been prohibited from laughing. You know, she used to do an interview. She who the hell laughs at an interview like that? You know, I'm interviewed all the...
Yeah, so according to Donald Trump, her laugh is that of a crazy person. She's now been prohibited from laughing, and he's waiting for her to laugh because then apparently the election is over. So you're kind of getting a sense of just how delusional Donald Trump is these days, to the point where he truly, in his heart, believes that her campaign is now prohibiting her from laughing. You know, the Harris-Walz campaign is a campaign of joy. It's a campaign of being happy, a campaign of being hopeful for the country. So we enjoy laughter. Put a smile on your face. We're happy. We like it. We like the happiness. So there's no prohibition on Kamala Harris laughing. Don't know where he got that from. Probably the usual source of Trump's information. He just made it up. But, you know, to say that her laugh is that of a crazy person is so delusional, so strange. And this is what I meant with, you know, Donald Trump doesn't have anything. You know, he doesn't have anything on Vice President Kamala Harris. He can't attack her on the policy. He can't attack her on the substance. He can't say, you know, I disagree with Harris because of X, Y, and Z. He has to say, well, you know, have you heard her laugh? Yeah, you definitely shouldn't vote for her because of her laugh. I'm sure that's a very compelling argument for swing state voters. You know, Kamala Harris put out a new housing policy yesterday that'll greatly help people, like $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers, 3 million new housing units being built in the first 4 years of her presidency, hoping that there's 8. That's really serious stuff. That's real policy. And then on the other side of the aisle with Donald Trump, well, he's talking about her laugh, and that if she laughs, apparently she's going to lose the election. Are you kidding me? You know, I think people just care about the policy. I think the American people are significantly smarter than Donald Trump, and they kind of see through his BS, his lies, and they're just saying, like, how are you going to make my life better? What are you going to actually do for me? And they have one candidate, VP Harris, who's putting out policy to make their lives better, and then the other candidate, Donald Trump, is making fun of someone's laugh. By the way, her laugh is normal. Sounds like a normal laugh. I don't even know where he's getting this from, but it is a line of attack for the Trump campaign. No policy. No policy. You ask, how is Donald Trump going to make your life better? Maybe bring down housing costs, bring down grocery prices. Well, he doesn't know, but he does know about Kamala Harris's laugh, apparently. Apparently, this is something that he studied in depth. So strange, isn't it? So strange. Anyway, the next clip I want to show you is Donald Trump having another senior moment. Now, this is something the Republicans don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about Donald Trump's mental decline, but we can all see it for ourselves. So just take a look.
A little bit longer. You know, how would you like it? A guy's waiting with his family for 3.5, 4 days. They have a tent, and the tent is set up. They have hundreds of them, and they wait. And then I walk in, speak for 15 minutes, and leave. I don't know, somehow. Would that be okay, North Carolina? I don't think so, right? They want me to speak all day. You know what?
Yeah, yikes. So his rally today was in Pennsylvania. It was not in North Carolina. He goes to the crowd, would you be okay with me just coming in here and speaking for 20 minutes? And are you be okay with that, North Carolina? And it was silent. People are like, what did he just say? Like, what? Sorry, this is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania here. I don't I don't know what this guy is yapping about over there, but he just completely mixed up the state. He has absolutely no idea where he is or what's going on around him. I mean, this is becoming a pretty consistent theme. Like, in the past year or so, Donald Trump has now said that he was in North Carolina when he was in Pennsylvania. He said that Obama is still president, that he ran against Obama, that we're going into World War II, which happened 80 years ago. He confused Nikki Haley and Nancy Pelosi. He couldn't even identify his own ex-wife in a photograph. I mean, this is not somebody who's sane. And his conspiracy theories are just getting worse. I mean, he really I always say this about Donald Trump. He sounds like your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving, your crazy MAGA uncle who believes that they're like shooting ballots into ballot boxes from space with like lasers, right? That's what Donald Trump sounds like with this stuff. That all of these different weird conspiracies that are absolutely coming from somebody who's not in their right mind. I think we can all be honest about this now. Donald Trump is not in his right mind. He thinks he's in one state. He's not. He had a similar issue with this when he was in Sioux Falls. He said, I was in Sioux Falls. He was actually in Sioux City, or the other way around. This guy is not okay. And I think, Republicans will never want to talk about it, but we, the rest of the people out there who are watching Donald Trump, unfortunately, can see it for what it is. This man is declining rapidly, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. So anyway, look, the final clip I want to show you is probably the weirdest one from this rally today. Very strange stuff. He talked about Kamala Harris being beautiful and went on to say that he believes that he is a more attractive person than Kamala Harris. Seriously, take a look.
David, please. Don't ever call a woman beautiful, because that'll be the end of your political career. Please. I want to make your life much easier, David. By the way, he's also got a great wife, I have to say. He's got a great wife. But, I read a so-called Republican who Ronald Reagan didn't like, by the way, and she didn't like him, but she got credit for being this Reagan speechwriter. Highly overrated. I don't know anything about her. I don't know her. Treats me badly, but that's okay. She called it wrong. She's called it wrong now for about 8 years. But she said one thing that got me. She said Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
It's so gross. I mean, it's so gross. When I was watching that, I physically cringed at what this guy is saying here. Look, Donald Trump this is a common pattern in Trump's life. He doesn't see women for anything more than their looks, their physical appearance, right? This has been consistent throughout his entire career. He insults women for their looks. He is now talking about Kamala Harris's physical appearance. He doesn't see her for anything more than that. That's why he can't attack her on policy. And he just boils her down to looks, saying, well, apparently she has a great advantage because she is a beautiful woman. No, she has a great advantage because she's sane. Because she has good policy that helps people, that she's pro-choice, that she's pro-science, she's pro-fact. That's why Kamala Harris has an advantage, and she's likable. She's not a narcissist like Donald Trump, where, he only talks about physical appearance and how somebody looks on the outside. Not their policy ideas, never does anything like that, but simply, a woman's physical appearance. It's a disgusting trend in Donald Trump's life, which continues. And then he's even more delusional to say that, well, I think I'm better looking than her. Look, I'm not one to talk about people's looks. I think that's wrong. And I won't really. But to say that Donald Trump is at all like a good looking person is an insult to human beings. It's an insult to everybody else out there. Let's just not lie to ourselves, right? I don't want to talk about his looks, because I don't even think about Donald Trump's looks. I don't think anybody does except this weirdo right here. But let's just be honest with ourselves, that Donald Trump Maybe you guys will say it in the comments for me instead of me having. He's just not all that. He's not who he thinks he is. He's no model. He's no, pinnacle of human appearance and performance and things of that nature. This guy is nothing. So I just it was a really gross comment, and he continues to make these gross comments. And so far in this speech, again, he didn't attack Vice President Harris for any policy or anything she's proposing. He talked about her laugh. He got confused about where he was, and now he's thinking that he's a more attractive person than her. So that's a Trump rally. That's what Donald Trump is doing on the campaign trail while Kamala Harris is out there talking to voters, talking about actual policy, talking about things that matter. That's what Donald Trump's doing. The campaign is going pretty terribly over there, isn't it? So anyway, I just wanted to show you these clips. They're all very strange, as I mentioned, all very weird, but pretty typical for Donald Trump, aren't they? So I will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Also drop a like on the video. And as I mentioned, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought about all this. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Maybe you can fill in some blanks down there. But besides that, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.